And I think what separates Nate is a combination of one is his personal approach and developing relationships, his building a system versus skills and coaching. And then number three is getting results. Well, I'm Andy Riise, and I'm a retired Army officer turned mental performance and leadership coach. I'm also a keynote speaker and an adjunct professor of psychology at Sam Houston State University. I've worked with high performing populations from elite special forces units and Army Rangers to Major League Baseball, most recently in the NFL with the Chicago Bears. Yeah, so there's really two big issues that I see with teenage athletes right now that are really preventing them from being the best version of themselves in the moment, both whether it's on the field, in the pool, but also in the classroom and at home. Number one is their confidence, right? I think there's a confidence crisis, especially with young people. And again, I'm a father of 4 teenage athletes myself, so I've experienced this firsthand and through my work. And so a lot of kids have imposter syndrome. They find themselves comparing themselves to others. They tend to focus on results, and when they don't get results, their confidence just rides a roller coaster. And so I think them understanding what confidence is, why it's important, and how they can develop confidence as a skill is something that Nate does really, really well. The second thing I think is their relationship with pressure. See it as a threat versus an opportunity, and understanding that hey, it's really, stress isn't a bad thing. It's my interpretation, my relationship with stress, both mentally and physically, and how I handle that in terms of my energy, in terms of my attention, in terms of my effort, but how I recover in between performance as well too is really important. And Nate and I met actually when I was still on active duty, and I was doing some moonlighting, and we were both working together with a company called Mission 60, which really brought best practices together from leadership and human performance, from special forces and behavioral science together. We helped write a book together called Deliberate Discomfort, how U.S. Special Operations Forces overcome fear and dare to win by getting comfortable being uncomfortable. We designed content together. Nate and I have also done some really cool projects, including going overseas, supporting an international school of Bangkok and speaking to a bunch of physical education teachers from all over the world in Hong Kong. Yeah, so I've been around the field of sport and performance psychology for over 25 years now. And so I've seen, a lot of people who are doing this work with different populations in the arena. I mean, the first one is that, obviously Nate's passion for helping young people earlier in their careers and their development, learning the intangible skills that are going to help them not only be better at their sport, but become better people, better leaders of character that are going to extend long after they finish their sporting career. But I think Nate has become an architect that really has created an operating system that goes well beyond skill development, well beyond coaching, and help meet his clients where they're at, not just the athletes, but the parents and the coaches, and do so in creating a community. Nate really has that rare combination of being able to take the things that are very complicated and distill them down in very simple and practical ways by bringing his energy and his enthusiasm and really making it about you, the client. So I know I would personally trust him with my kids, and I know they would benefit greatly from his work. And then also the transferability too, understanding that it's important to be able to understand, to diagnose what's going on with the athlete, and then develop a custom approach that helps them build self-awareness, helps them build the capacity, the skills, and then be able to apply them to multiple domains and arenas, I think is what really sets Nate apart. Yeah, I would introduce Nate as the architect of elite human performance that is able to help your kids be able to train their brain like their body so they can be a better version of themselves, not only through their sport, but in the classroom, at home. There's no one that I would trust more to work with my kids. Definitely, he's a trusted guide that is going to help them move from A to B quickly and get results.